Alright guys, welcome back. Today we are doing the coolant service on our Jeep Gladiator with the Eco Diesel motor. And I'll show you how to test the actual coolant pH, and we go over that when you know it's time for it to be done. Right now with the factory Mopar coolant, with the diesel, we recommend every year because the pH just gets so bad you have to replace it. We are switching to this brand of coolant. You do have to mix this. I'll put the link in the description below if you want to buy it off of Amazon like I did. And we also got a pH tester. We've had that for a while. And we also have distilled water. I was able to pick that up from the baby aisle of my local grocery store. But it's important to get distilled water and not the baby water, mineral water, because it has other minerals in it as well. You just want the distilled water. You don't want any of those minerals in there. Starting off, you want to make sure your Jeep is cooled off. You want to make sure it's at max heat so the valve is open for the heater core. And we're going to get to draining it again. So your coolant level should be between 7 and 9 on the pH scale. So anything below 7 is bad coolant. I'm going to open up my reservoir right here. With the engine cold, I took off the coolant cap on the Eco Diesel motor here. Now anything under 7 is not good. So this is already calibrated. So as you can see, zeroed out. Okay, I'm gonna have to obviously pour some into a bottle since I can't get it in there. Okay, to drain it out, you got to remove the, if you have the metal bumper package, you got to remove the skid plate, which goes right here. Just a bunch of 13 millimeters. And then right up there is the Petcock, and that's what you're going to use to drain the coolant. It was on there pretty good last time I took it off. So I think I had to use a cut socket to get that off of there. Something like this, where I took a socket and just cut it in half. That way you could use a ratchet to kind of undo it. Alright, we got it draining. So I took it all the way out just to show you guys. This is the Petcock, and it's kind of a pain in the butt to get out. I don't think you can do it by hand, so yeah, this is just what it looks like. It can't come all the way out. I was just making sure there was no gunk in there. So it's a 1 1/8 socket to drain the block, and it's right in here where the if you had the engine block heater, there's a big socket right here. If you loosen it up, it'll drain all the coolant out of the block. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. Basically, this is what it looks like on the gas models, I think. But it's right in there. It's gonna kind of make a mess. Good, you can see in right there. It's the block I loosened up. So obviously it'd be easier to screw it back in with the car up. That's what it looks like. Pull that bad boy out. And that's all our coolant. The Mopar coolant that I already replaced once already. Alright, we got the bolt back in. Got the Petcock back in. We got the shield back up on there. So we're going to lower it down and show you guys how to vacuum bleed it in. Alright, we got some, so this is the Mopar coolant, and it's about a year old. and we are gonna, so 7.54 on the pH scale. It's not horrible. Again, anything under 7 is bad. So again, this coolant's about a year old, so you can only imagine the people who wait 3 years and do it by the manufacturer recommended time. So shop air. This puts the shop air into a vacuum, which vacuums the cooling system. So we're going to pull it under about 25, 26, 27 psi. And as you can see over here, the coolant lines are all swelled shut. So it sucks all the coolant out. I did get, a bunch of blow-by out of this. So you can close this and you actually monitor this and see if you got an actual leak in your cooling system. I don't see it moving. Anyway, so now this valve right here, we're gonna dip this into, I pre-mixed the coolant 50-50 into this empty bottle, and then watch as it fills it, sucking it down. That goes pretty quick. So we got another one here. All right, so that's it. So I'm somewhat overfilled, so I'm gonna suck some out, or we'll just let it bleed for a little bit. So we're gonna start it up, we're gonna let it bleed. But basically that's it in a nutshell. The hose is unswelled out, and it took about, so if you get 1 gallon, so 1 gallon of this concentrate, split 50-50, will fill this. So that would technically be 2 gallons. If anyone wants to know about what I use, this is the this goes with this. This is the Matco system pressure tester, RPT 102. I'll put a link down below, and you can use this to pressurize for leaks. And all these adapters works with this right here. So this goes like this, and this adapter on here is compatible with all those adapters. So this is probably like the best way to do it. And this is Matco MCR 103A. So cooling system refiller. So hopefully we don't have any air bubbles in it. All right, guys, so I did end up bleeding it another 2 times, so 3 times total. I filled and drained the coolant. The coolant is still a light orange color. So the old coolant is like purple. The coolant that we're replacing with is like a neon yellow. So no matter how many times you try and drain and fill it, the dye for the purple is just going to make it like a light orange. So I just given up on that. And so yeah, that's pretty much the color, like an orange. So just a heads up with that. I'm gonna probably let it warm up a little bit more, and then we're gonna do an oil change on it because we're due for that too. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. That does it for the coolant service on the EcoDiesel. I'm gonna do the oil change on it, and then we're gonna do the diff fluids later on, transfer case, brake fluid, all the 60,000 miles stuff that I'm due for. So follow along if you like this kind of stuff. I'll see you in the next video, guys. Bye. As always, thanks for watching. And a special thank you to my Patreon supporters. If you like these types of videos, please consider hitting the subscribe button and the notification bell so you're notified of new videos. And for the price of a cup of coffee, consider joining my Patreon. This gives you sneak peeks and invites to Patreon-only meetups. Thanks again.